What are you doing? What are you doing?
Oh, bro, you already know, G. I'm just, relaxing, styling, and profiling. You know what I mean.
Why are you holding your shirt like that?
Oh, this? Oh, this my boy, the TheCaliEffect King of Games, bro. He already started his own shirt thing, you know, and you can find all of his apparel down below in the description. He has his eBay where he make his shirts, so you can be too strong, G.
Aren't you the TheCaliEffect?
The level of disrespect y'all put on Thunder Dragon sometimes is unbelievable. Yeah, that's right. Put some respect on my name. Thunder Dragon is easily one of the best decks of the format and has the counters to some of the top decks of the meta. It can hold its own, and it's notwithstanding of weaknesses, but it's a really fun deck to play. Now, there are a lot of players that love to play a hybrid variant, but in this video, I'm gonna show you why pure Thunder Dragon can be a top contender in this meta. I'm the TheCaliEffect, and if you guys want to see more videos like this, then make sure you destroy that subscribe button. But also, be sure to hit that notification bell because, well, we just too strong. So without further ado, I present to you a top contender in this meta. Also, one more thing, this deck is very unlikely to be hit by the ban list, so that's also a thing to talk about. Thunder Dragon is easily one of my favorite decks, and for a myriad of reasons. First, I mean, let's just admit it, Seto Kaiba plays some of the most badass cards. From Blue Eyes to ABC to even Thunder Dragon, all of those can be streamlined to Kaiba, and it's kind of cool that every single one of his archetypes have made a scene into the competitive meta. I think if we're gonna talk about what Thunder Dragon feels like, it's almost like playing Shaddolls back in the Necros era. It feels like playing Gladiator Beast back in the Teledad era. You are that deck that is really strong inside of the format. You can counter some of the most powerful decks, but sometimes you just don't get picked up enough. Going over this deck's strengths is that Thunder Dragons are a walking mistake. No, I don't mean they're a mistake, like they're not me, they're actually made on purpose. As long as you control Thunder Dragon Colossus on your side of the field, you can make your opponent in any search-based deck a living pain to deal with. Once they decide to try to get rid of this Thunder Dragon Colossus, it's going to be really hard, as the monster can banish cards from your graveyard to protect itself. The deck can also play Macrocosmos really well. Cards that banish cards from the field are like Thunder Dragon's Haven. Activating cards like Dimensional Fissure not only further your combo strategy, but allow you to make some pretty insane boards. The good thing about this inside of this particular format is that a lot of decks just can't stand macro. Thunder Dragon loves the macro cards. It actually reminds me of Gladiator Beast back in the day in the Lightsworn format. They would run macro cards to disrupt the opponent. Well, in this particular deck, not only does it disrupt the opponent, again, it furthers your strategy. The last thing I would consider as a huge strength is that Thunder Dragon has multiple combination of cards to equal the exact same board, or sometimes even better. I love that your combo sequence isn't necessarily streamlined, but there are so many variants to your particular combo where your board can even be bigger and better. That's what I really do think about Thunder Dragon. Now, no matter how much of you're my favorite deck, every deck has its strengths, and of course, every deck has its weaks. Strength and weaknesses for the people that don't understand the TheCaliEffect talk and aren't strong enough. One of the biggest weaknesses to the Thunder Dragon deck is the lack of disruptions. Now, Thunder Dragon Titan can be an excellent source of disruption, but players can play around Thunder Dragon Titan fairly easy. As long as your opponent is activating anything in response to the Thunder monster being activated in your hand, Thunder Dragon Titan will miss timing, so yeah, that can be pretty much of a problem. Outside of that, Thunder Dragons don't have any other disruption cards, so they can really fail on that category. Yes, they do prevent the opponent from playing Yu-Gi-Oh!, but actually having interactive disruptions is something that could be critical in this stage of Yu-Gi-Oh! The next week is that this deck has some really awkward bricks. Now, it happens in just about every deck, but in Thunder Dragon, it feels as if it happens just a little more. I mean, drawing double Thunder Dragon Matrix, and then a Thunder Dragon Fusion, I'm not crying. just something that happens in every deck again, but Thunder Dragon, your bricks are serious bricks sometimes. You can make this deck as consistent as possible, but you're going to have to experience that sooner or later. Moving on to the matchups against Salamangreat, Thunder Dragons pretty much crushed the competition. Not only can the opponent not use Signet Mining or be able to use Salamangreat Circle, they also can't even link into the Salamangreat Banelinks and trigger its effect. If you effectively go first against Salamangreats, it isn't an automatic W, but it becomes really hard for Salamangreats to be able to start off with their combos since there are so many cards limited on the Forbidden List for them. Sky Striker struggles against Thunder Dragon immensely. Not only does Thunder Dragon Colossus prevent you from activating Sky Striker Mobilize Engage, hands down their best card in their arsenal, but Sky Striker Mecha Widow Anchor is limited to 1, so you only get to choose 1 Thunder Dragon Colossus to negate. That just means that Thunder Dragons will sit on 2 Thunder Dragon Colossus and watch Sky Strikers cry. Orcas is probably the harder matchup between all of the meta decks for Thunder Dragon. Not only can Dingirsu easily get rid of Thunder Dragon Colossus, but Orcas don't even search. Unless they just so happen to be playing the new and most powerful version of Orcas, which is Sky Striker Orcas, which means you can prevent them from making their power plays. Regardless, Sky Prison can also take care of your Orcas problem, preventing them from special summoning Orcas monsters from the graveyard, which they kind of need to do. They need to summon from the graveyard to operate. Moving on to the deck profile, let's start talking about those Thunder Dragon monsters that I play. I actually want to go ahead and highlight 2 really important cards that aren't played into the pure variant, and that is Thunder Dragon and Thunder Dragon Matrix. These cards are awesome because they give you multiple disruptions. Thunder Dragon Matrix allows you to activate it on either player's turn, which means it will trigger Thunder Dragon Titan, and Thunder Dragon, oh boy! Have you ever activated multiple Thunder Dragons in one turn, meaning that Titan will trigger its effect, destroying your opponent's board? It's the most satisfying thing that Thunder Dragons can do. After our Thunder Dragon cards, we have our play starters and extenders. One card I do really want to talk about is Luna the Dark Spirit from the Chaos Impact set. This girl is amazing. It makes your Batteryman Solar combo a lot better. Seriously, looking at this combo, you can end on an IP Masquerena and double Thunder Dragon Colossus just off of opening a Batteryman Solar and a Luna Dark Spirit. No other cards required to pop off with this. But if you guys want to take it a step further, there's other sequences that you can end up with. You can actually make a Thunder Dragon Titan just contained in those 2 cards, and if you want to take it a little bit further, opening a Thunder Dragon Fusion, adding that to the equation, will get you a Sanafond and as well as a Thunder Dragon Titan or a Colossus of your choice against Orcas. The only thing I don't like about Batteryman Solar is that it's fairly easy to disrupt. While Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring isn't a great card, people still play it. And being able to negate a Batteryman Solar, leaving you with nothing else on the field and forcing you to have other extenders is a pretty bad feeling. Aloof Lupine is the safer option, and while your combos aren't as explosive as Batteryman Solar, this card actually works with any of your Thunder cards. Like seriously, his potential to make plays is just too strong. One thing I want to point out is that Batteryman Solar does combo with 25% of your deck. Opening Batteryman Solar with one of these 10 cards, whether it's Thunder Dragon Hawk, Luna, Dimensional Shifter, Macro, or DeFi, you can pretty much go full combo. That's a real reason why I want to run 3, but to be honest, I don't have room. You guys can cut out whatever you want, maybe even a Aloof Lupine to play that 3rd Batteryman Solar. Moving on to the spells and traps, this is pretty standard. I really don't have much else to say about this. One thing I do want to point out is the triple Thunder Dragon Fusion. Yes, I have to see this card. This card is drugs. Okay, so it's a Pot of Avarice, a Polymerization, and a Reinforcement of the Army all wrapped in one. Now, granted, you can't gain that Reinforcement of the Army the turn it is activated, but still, this card is complete madness. It's almost like a crime not to play 3 of it. I want to see it, and it's one of the advantages of playing a pure Thunder Dragon deck. It allows me to basically play a grind game a lot longer than most decks, and on top of that, it recycles some of my clutch resources. Looking to the extra deck, I don't need need to play 3 copies of Thunder Dragon Titan because Thunder Dragon Fusion pretty much does that for me. Other than that, it's pretty standard if you would ask me. You know, any sensible person would play these cards because not only can I make IP Masquerena to link off to a Nightmare Unicorn or a Nightmare Phoenix, I just play more links in total because I can actually play Yu-Gi-Oh! Under there can be only one. The side deck is a work in progress, but I actually do feel really confident about this side deck. I think I hit all the bases. Call by the Grave does hit the side deck because there were just so many interactions of cards. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, Skullmeister, Artifact Lancia, where Call by the Grave just hits all of those cards and allows me to continue to play Yu-Gi-Oh! One thing I do want to highlight is that super secret spicy tech in Eradicator Epidemic Virus. Parts of me wanted to run Red Reboot because I do feel evenly matched. But if my opponent goes to battle phase and I can just activate Eradicator and call traps. So it kind of does that. Also, Eradicator Epidemic Virus does like destroy rogue decks when going first without the need of using Twin Twisters. With that being said, there are so many combos of Thunder Dragon. It's almost limitless of what you can do. The 2 big combos I'm going to show you is the Battery Man Solar play. It is insane, ladies and gentlemen. The only thing you have to do is open that Battery Man Solar and a Luna the Dark Spirit, and you have full combo with an IP Masquerena and 2 Thunder Dragon Colossus as well as a Thunder Dragon card inside of your hand. If you can combine that with any other card like Thunder Dragon Fusion, your combo gets more explosive. But let's actually talk about banishing that Thunder Dragon and that Matrix to be able to summon Titan if you need it in a pinch. Some decks just won't be able to handle that, and it could be GG off of those 2 cards. The last combo I want to revisit is the Aloof Lupine combo. Now, I do have another particular combo in my other Thunder Dragon deck. You can always check that out. And then there's always the live duel that you guys can check out to see this deck in action. Seriously, check out the live duel. It's pretty fun. If y'all niggas want to see more live duels, then I'd probably look at that, like it up, and then share it with a friend. Y'all niggas really think I'm playing? Shit, I kid you not, I won't do no more fucking live duels. Thank you guys so much for watching another segment of the TheCaliEffect. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a like, and if you really did, consider joining our Patreon. They got to see this deck profile first. Go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, share with a friend, but most of all, enjoy. I hope you guys are having a great day, like I am.